Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can tell, I've got a change of scenery. I have moved to Australia and I've been here honestly for about 2.5 weeks. I am so surprised how much I love this place. Obviously, I've only heard the best things about Australia, but it's hard living abroad. When I was in Cape Town, I felt very alone just because it's not a part of Europe and I've only ever moved to countries in Europe. But there's something about the Australian air that feels like home. And obviously there's no language barrier, which helps a shitload. I actually haven't been this happy, I think, all year. And I know you can't tell in this lighting, but the tan is tanning, life is lifing. And I wanted to do a get ready with me because when I'm tan, I really don't wear that much makeup. So this is the makeup I've been doing for castings when I'm here or just going to the beach or just to make TikToks. I'm back on my TikTok grind. I also wanted to answer some of my most asked questions. I usually go on TikTok live and answer these questions, but it's the same questions over and over again, which is fine, I don't mind, but I'll just redirect them to this video next time. I'm such a bad multitasker too, so we'll see how this goes. First, I'm gonna start with some sunscreen. This is just some regular smegular shit. I usually never, ever, ever wear sunscreen, but guys, the burns I've been having here, unreal. I think since we're so close to the ozone layer, the sun like beams on you. Moisturizer I'm using. I love this moisturizer actually. It's one of the only moisturizers I know that really works. The Charlotte Tilbury I also love, and the Tatcha. Those are my Charlie's Angels for moisturizer. I'm also super big on moisturizer. This is the only skincare I really do. Then I'm gonna go in with Rhode. I love me some Rhode. I think I tried this product for the first time on my YouTube. It gives such a flawless base. We're gonna go in with our eyebrows while I start the questions. First question is dream vacation spot. I feel like I visited most of the ones I wanted to go to growing up, which is like Mykonos, Ibiza, south of France. But now I really wanna see the Northern Lights. I've also never been to Copenhagen. I know the fashion there and the vibes are just so good. I'm also super excited to go to Bali. I feel like I always watch people have those breakfasts, like floating in the water, the breakfast floating in the water, or them in the bath with the rose petals. And it's actually my boyfriend's dream vacation spot. I'm going on like a little brand trip with my girlfriend, Hope, of course, the only girl I know here. And I was like scared to tell him because it's his dream spot. Like he wants to go so, so, so bad. Brows, slayed. Okay. Origin of the surname Slazinski. My last name is Polish. I'm Polish on my dad's side, and on my mom's side, I'm Irish. But anytime I get asked what I am out of the country, I just say I'm white. I feel like I get asked a lot, which might be crazy to some of my Americans to know that, but people can't place my accent, which is very interesting. Whenever I'm abroad, I think it's because I grew up in Texas, y'all, very Southern, and then moving to the North, I was very mom, dad, you know, if you know. So now it's like a mixture of everything. And I don't know if this is just me, but when someone's talking to me in an accent, I accidentally pick up the accent. So that's probably why they can't figure it out. Anyway, I'm gonna skip this question because this is from my stalker. But anyways, let's say a prayer for him. Hope he gets well soon. Okay, Abigail. Now we're gonna go in with concealer. Guys, this multitasking is gonna be the worst set of multitasking you've ever seen. What's the absolute craziest shoot you've ever had? I feel like my favorite shoot ever was the Vogue shoot I did. I really, really, really enjoyed the most recent shoot I did. I did a campaign for True Tone Swim. This photographer that I've been following for years, Carson, and his wife shot the campaign. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. And what's different about True Tone is you tan through the material, which is so crazy. I've been trying to do less concealer, but I'm the type of girl that says, oh, let's do a no makeup look. And here we are, covered in makeup. Craziest shoot that wasn't like my favorite shoot ever was the shoot I did on New Year's. I actually vlogged, I was there for 2 days. It was this huge house on Biscayne Bay. Biscayne, is that it? In Miami, just the model stayed there. I got paid a perfect amount, but I was there for New Year's. Like I had to fly in. I don't know if you guys remember that, but I was there as it was turning 12 a.m. It was so fun. Do you prefer Europe or the US for modeling? Is Australia an answer? I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, models, but a lot of girls go to Europe to build their book. Like if I would have gotten super lucky at the beginning of my career and gotten booked right off the bat in LA and New York, I probably would have never left. But I do prefer the aspect of traveling. For instance, when I was in Istanbul, they flew us to Bodrum and Cappadocia for campaigns. And these are direct bookings you probably wouldn't get if you were in the US, just because there's so many girls that look just like you or have the same features. This is just everyone that have the same features that they would probably book if they're closer rather than flying you out all the way from the US. Craziest model apartment story. Guys, let me know if you want me to do a deeper story time on this, because honestly, I could tell this story 100 gazillion frillion times and never get tired of it. But I know that my loyal viewers have probably heard it over and over and over again. I had Russian models shit in a pot and leave it for me on the stove. Yeah. We all had the same look, which is crazy. No agency does that. For instance, if you're not in the industry, as an agency, I would bring like one plus size model, one ginger model, one brunette, one blonde. So they're not all competing for the same jobs. And if anything, they would be booked together on a campaign. We were all the same look. I would swear even down to the measurements, I think we were the same. Maybe like one had blue eyes. Anyways. Before I got there, one of the girls turned off another model's phone alarm and showed up to her job. Like, imagine that. Moving on. But that was definitely the craziest thing that's ever happened to me, is when I walked in and there was hot shit on the stove. For sure. Have you ever gone through a boyfriend's phone? So I've only ever had one serious boyfriend, which is the boy I'm with now. And yeah, his phone is my phone. I feel like I've never gone through a phone and seen something I never wanted to see. Not like I keep him on a leash or anything, but. Now, one time when I was best friends with this crazy psychopath, the stalker that I was telling you about before, he was seeing a guy in Chicago and he is delusional. He literally is delusional. Anyways, he was like, this guy loves me, yada, yada, yada. I went through his phone, my best friend at the time's boyfriend's phone, and found the craziest shit ever. Like, I found him talking shit about me. But yeah, I'll be the first to go through a boyfriend's phone. I don't need my boyfriend's passwords or anything. I think that's kind of aggressive. But if I am trying to get in your phone, like to use it to call mine, and you're shaking, I'm gonna be like, yo, what the fuck is in your phone? Given there has been girls that have texted my boyfriend, and my boyfriend's always like, oh my gosh, this bitch just texted me. So if you ever have texted my boyfriend and he didn't respond, we were both laughing at you. And if he did respond, then I'm scared. Then I'm scared. Have you ever had a wedding or anything? I feel like we're doing this low-key well. Even though I'm gonna have like 35 minutes of footage. I always have to go back and fix my brows. Does anyone have a brow product that actually stays? Like, I literally can't find one for the life of me. Okay. Next question. Have you ever had braces? Yeah, I've had braces and I've had Invisalign twice. And my teeth are still crooked because I never wear my retainer. Do not tell my mother that. Oh, by the way, product list. Concealer, I use Kosas. Contour, I use Fenty Beauty. And then over, I use Charlotte Tilbury. This is really shiny. If you guys don't like a greasy, shiny base, then I wouldn't use this. But I love the way this makes my skin look, especially in the sun. And then the brush I use to blend is the Refi brush. I really like the Refi brush, but the Refi brow, those little cum crusticles, I can't get with it. Okay, I get a lot of questions that are like, what do you plan on doing after modeling? What about this? What about this? If you chose a job, imagine if I asked you, what are you gonna do after this? Like, no, babe, this is plan A, B, and C. And I think just because there are a lot of girls trying to model, they think it's not sustainable. But I've been doing it for 3 years. I make enough money. I've been financially supporting myself since I was 16. I think sometimes about what I would be doing if I wasn't modeling, and I truly, truly, truly believe I would be in law school. Crazy statement. Crazy statement. I know, but I believe it. Like really, truly, I believe it. I would be the best lawyer in the whole world. Any tips, treatments, suggestions for reducing cellulite? Guys, I've never done any treatments and I feel like, I know this is gonna sound super cliche, but everyone's body is different and that's what's gonna make you special. Especially now when I'm tan. My stretch marks are super light from when I was younger. I always tell people that I was like that when I was younger. No one believes me, but I was. These stretch marks get super like light. I have stretch marks everywhere on my back. This is just from growing up, obviously, but I have like white stretch marks here. And then these are like, I feel like my biggest insecurity are these two. I don't know if you can see, but I have like 2 white ones right there. I look at my stretch marks as something that's made me. If I grew up like this, I probably wouldn't be as funny or as nice, as caring, and as charismatic. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, don't ever change your body for the industry. Obviously, body image is a slippery slope when we're talking about modeling. And I don't really talk about it a lot on my channel, but let me know if you guys want me to dive deeper on that. Favorite place I've traveled to so far? Ireland by far was the most amazing trip I ever had. And I was with my parents. I also loved Mykonos, Saint-Tropez, Ibiza. Typically when you're in Ibiza, you take a boat to Formentera. I saw all the colors of the rainbow in the caves. By the way, I get a lot of questions on this blush. It's the Dandelion one by Benefit. Loves it. What places do you plan on traveling for this year for work? I'm moving to London in July, and as I'm sure I've mentioned 100 times in this video by now, I'm going to Bali for a brand trip. I'm so excited for that. Can you post a how to start modeling video? I feel like this is the most gate-kept industry ever. All you do is take front, side, back photos and email them out to an agency. It literally takes 2 seconds. I feel like I heard back from my first agency, and which is my mother agency. A lot of girls are confused about that concept. The first agency you sign with is typically going to be your mother agency. It doesn't need to be like a designated mother agency. I also love my mother agent. My mother agency is The Rock. The woman that works with The Rock, her name is Raquel. She has been a mother figure to me since I started. I would be nowhere without her. If you're looking for a mother agency that's in the US, she's in Chicago, I would lay down my life for her. 100 times yes. Best advice for confidence. So cliche, but fake it till you make it. Fake it till you make it. When I was younger and weighed like 55 more pounds than I do now, not saying that weight has anything to do with, but I didn't feel confident. You know, I didn't feel confident at that weight, and I was like, how does it feel to have the most beautiful daughter in the world? I truly feel like that's what's giving me confidence. And also, tell me why my mom is like my biggest hype woman. If you have a good environment at home, I feel like you tend to be more confident. By the way, I left my lip combo in New York, so I've been using contour for my lips and then Rhode on top, and it's perfect. It's like chef's kiss. And I feel like you just can't let what people say. My mom always told this to me. People's actions have a lot more to do with themselves than it ever has to do with you. And that can go for friendships and relationships. You can be the most perfect person ever. If someone doesn't want your energy, they're never gonna take it, you know? Like Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce. Let's not forget that. Let's not forget that. Biggest fear about modeling. I never wanted to lose myself or think I wasn't good enough. I think I was born with an interesting type of confidence because I really am, I feel like, a pretty insecure person, but you catch me on the right day with the right tan and a glass of wine, I'll be in front of the mirror for 3 hours. I definitely have had some times where I was like, oh yeah, I can't do this anymore. Just because it was so hard on me. I remember one time in Istanbul, this girl came up to me and was like, you would be a star if you didn't have this right here. And she was pointing at my stomach. She weighed herself probably 350 pounds. And I'm gonna stop talking there because what comes out of my mouth next probably will get me demonetized. Like I'll remember that for the rest of my life. You know, I'll always remember when people told me bad things about my body or my face rather than all the nice things that have been said about me. But that's everyone, right? Right? I'm so bad at multitasking. Like I'm almost done and I haven't even answered a fourth of the questions. But maybe we'll save some questions for like a drunk get ready with me. I feel like that would be a little more fun. Here are some quick, easy ones that I'll answer. Have I ever been to Amsterdam? No, that's on my list. Amsterdam and Copenhagen are like my next two to go to after Bali. How tall are you? Guys, I got measured. I'm not even gonna say this out loud. I was 5'7¾". And my agency has been saying 5'9". All my agencies have been saying 5'9" for the past 3 years. My favorite place to model, Australia, easily. My go-to coffee order, I know, crazy, cappuccino now. But hack. Since a cappuccino has like no sugar in it whatsoever, ask for a little cocoa dash on top, like a little cocoa powder, because then you'll have it with every sip. And it's so good. It's like kind of a hot chocolate vibe. Who do you look up to most? My mom is the skin on my bones and the brain in my head. My mom is everything to me. But I think a really big part of my success was the fact that my older brother succeeded so well in what he was doing, which was basketball. It kind of made me realize that anything was possible. He'll never watch this, by the way, and I would never tell him this. But I definitely don't think I would be anywhere without my family, for sure. I think my family is who I look up to most in all different types of ways. I have an oldest brother named Clark, and then I have Quinn, and then my mom and dad are still happily married in love. They're my example for most things. As I get older, I start to realize how much your childhood has to do with who you become. I find myself reflecting and thanking God and thanking my parents so much for the way that they raised me, because some girls out here, some humans out here, guys, it's rough. I've also been on a new journey with my faith, and I'm really excited to be someone that my parents are proud to call their daughter, which they always have been, and someone that my brothers are proud to call their sister. So what I'm gonna leave you guys on is let go and let God. Amen. I love you guys so much. I hope you guys liked this little get ready with me, and I will see you on my vlog next week.